What if I told you there is one food, not a supplement, not a drug, not some exotic berry flown in from the Himalayas, that men over 50 are not eating nearly enough of, and that this single food has been directly linked to more muscle, less belly fat, a sharper brain, and a healthier heart? And what if I also told you that most doctors don't even bring it up at your annual checkup? Stay with me, because in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it works so powerfully for men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, and how to eat more of it starting tonight. And no, it's not salmon. It's not blueberries. The answer might genuinely surprise you. Chapter 1. The problem: why men over 50 are fighting an uphill battle. Here's what's happening in your body right now if you're over 50, and it is not your fault. Starting around age 40, men lose roughly 1% of their muscle mass every single year. By the time you hit 50, that adds up. This process has a name, sarcopenia, and it's one of the biggest reasons men over 50 feel weaker, gain belly fat more easily, and notice that recovery from the gym, or even from a long walk, takes longer than it used to. On top of that, testosterone naturally begins to decline. And here's the cruel twist: low muscle mass drives testosterone even lower. It's a vicious cycle. Your metabolism slows, your joints ache, your energy dips. You look at what you're eating, and it hasn't changed much, but your body absolutely has. Now, the fitness industry wants to sell you a testosterone booster or a protein powder, and your doctor might offer you a statin. But what if the most powerful intervention was already sitting in a grocery store near you for less than $3? Let me introduce you to the food. Chapter 2. The reveal: what the food is. The number one food for men over 50 is eggs. Now, before you click away, I know you've heard this before, but I want you to hold on, because what the latest research tells us about eggs and the aging male body is something most people are completely unaware of. This isn't the eggs conversation from 2005 about cholesterol. The science has completely shifted. A whole egg, yolk and all, is one of the most nutrient-dense objects on the planet. And for men over 50 specifically, eggs tick every single box in a way no other single food comes close to. Let me break this down by what your body actually needs after 50 and show you exactly how eggs deliver on each one. Chapter 3. The science: why eggs are number one for men over 50. Reason 1. Muscle preservation. As men age, the threshold for muscle protein synthesis rises. In plain English, you need more high-quality protein per meal to trigger the same muscle-building response a 25-year-old gets easily. Eggs contain all 9 essential amino acids in ratios that are nearly perfect for human muscle repair. Leucine, the amino acid that acts like a key to unlock muscle growth, is present in eggs at exactly the levels shown in research to overcome the anabolic resistance of older muscle tissue. 2 to 3 whole eggs at breakfast can meaningfully change your muscle retention over time. That matters more than almost any supplement on the market. Reason 2. Testosterone support. Here's where it gets interesting. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol. The dietary cholesterol in egg yolks is not the villain it was once made out to be. A landmark review published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found no meaningful link between moderate egg consumption and cardiovascular risk in healthy individuals. More importantly for men, the saturated fat and dietary cholesterol in egg yolks can support the body's natural testosterone production pathway. Reason 3. Brain health. Egg yolks are one of the richest dietary sources of choline, a nutrient that over 90% of adults do not get enough of. Choline is essential for producing acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that governs memory, focus, and cognitive sharpness. For men over 50, whose cognitive performance can be a growing concern, the choline in 2 to 3 eggs per day is genuinely meaningful. Reason 4. Eye health and inflammation. Eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that accumulate in the retina and are directly associated with lower risk of macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. They also contain selenium and vitamin E, both of which reduce systemic inflammation, the underlying driver of most age-related chronic disease. Reason 5. Satiety and fat loss. Here's the one most men over 50 care about the most: the belly. High-protein, high-fat foods like eggs dramatically increase satiety hormones and suppress ghrelin, the hunger hormone. Multiple studies have found that people who eat eggs at breakfast consume significantly fewer calories for the rest of the day. For men over 50 who find that belly fat seems to stick around no matter what, this effect is powerful and well documented. Chapter 4: How to Eat Them. Practical advice. So how many eggs should you eat, and how should you prepare them? The short answer, 2 to 4 whole eggs per day, is a well-supported range for most healthy men over 50. If you have specific cardiovascular concerns or a history of familial hypercholesterolemia, check with your physician. But for the vast majority of men, this range is safe and beneficial. As for preparation, soft-boiled or poached preserves the most nutrients. The yolk remains intact, and the lutein and choline are not oxidized by high heat. Scrambled or omelet style with butter or olive oil is perfectly fine and adds additional fat-soluble vitamin absorption. Avoid frying in highly processed vegetable oils. This can oxidize the cholesterol in the yolk, and that is something to be cautious about. A great starting habit: 2 to 3 eggs every morning, with some leafy greens and a piece of sourdough or sweet potato. That's a testosterone-supporting, muscle-preserving, brain-nourishing breakfast that costs under $2. And here is a key tip: most people miss-eat your eggs with a fat source. The vitamins A, D, E, and K in eggs are fat-soluble, meaning you absorb far more of them when fat is present. The egg yolk itself provides this, which is another reason to eat the whole egg, not just the white. Chapter 5: Objections addressing the cholesterol concern. Now I know what some of you are thinking. My doctor told me to limit eggs because of my cholesterol. Let's address this directly. For most people, dietary cholesterol has very little effect on LDL blood cholesterol. When you eat more cholesterol, your liver simply produces less of it. This is called dietary compensation, and it is extremely well established in nutrition science. The 2020 to 2025 Dietary Guidelines for Americans removed the previous recommendation to limit dietary cholesterol to 300 mg per day because the evidence supporting that limit was never strong. Now, a small percentage of people are hyper-responders. Their LDL does rise meaningfully with dietary cholesterol. If you fall into that category, moderate your intake and discuss with your doctor. But for the vast majority of men over 50, eggs are not the enemy. They never were. Men, here's the bottom line. After 50, your body has very specific needs that are different from those of a younger man. You need more high-quality protein per meal. You need choline for your brain. You need the right fats to support testosterone. You need antioxidants for your eyes and your joints. Eggs check every single one of those boxes in one package for less money than a protein bar, and they taste incredible. So starting tomorrow morning, skip the cereal, skip the toast on its own, and make yourself 2 or 3 eggs. Your muscles, your brain, your hormones, and your waistline will thank you within weeks. If you found this video useful, hit that like button and subscribe, because we publish new content on men's health, nutrition, and fitness after 50 every week. And drop a comment below. Are you already eating eggs daily? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one.